Right, so I think I'm ready for a second road test. The fork is fixed, I hope. It's not leaking anymore. I've got new seals in the top, and I've fixed the problem at the bottom. Timing side vent has now got the silicone tube on it. I've got a zip tie around this end as well, just to try and stop it from coming out. Also, the primary chain vent on this side has got a much bigger blob of silicone on that to give it just more mechanical strength. I've got a 12-volt battery fitted. There's the key here which turns it on. So I just turn it on to start and then turn it off again afterwards. The battery is currently mounted in the back in this little bento box, just it's a temporary arrangement. Fuel cap, yeah, I also realised that this was leaking, so I've put a new cork washer in there. And the sprocket, of course, that's the other thing. I've returned it to standard SS gearing, so it's got a 47 tooth sprocket on the back and 17 tooth on the gearbox. And the rear light is now solid. It's firmly mounted straight onto the mudguard rather than the standoff spaces that I had before. So that's better. And finally, I've just moved the mirror. This mirror was on the top, but I put it back underneath, which could get in the way of the hand grip, but that should be alright. We'll see how I go. But that's where the previous owner had it, and that makes sense because it looks under your arm, whereas up the top here it's been in the way. But that should stop it getting bashed as well. So we'll see how that goes too. So yeah, I've drained the sump for the wet sumping problem, so it's all ready to go. We'll see how it does. So all in all, I'd say that's a success. Everything seems to be working. The fork isn't leaking. That's fine now. So obviously I did just catch the seal somehow and take a nick out of the lip. It's not leaking down the bottom, so that's good. The vent is still on. It hasn't blown off this tube. It still seems to puff a lot. Whether it's just a B50 thing or whether this is worse than it should be. But still, it's all kind of oil tight now. It's not spraying over my leg, which is the main thing. And what else? I mean, the battery worked. It started after took me 3 kicks, but I'm not really in the hang of it yet. But that was fine. So with that battery, you get a good spark and it starts pretty easily. So I'll sort that out with some more permanent fixture. And the sprocket, the gearing, yeah, that feels much better. Feels more like I'd expect, I suppose, being used to road bikes. So yeah, that's good as well. Right, so I reckon I'm about done in terms of getting this thing back on the road. Obviously, there's more to do. I'll probably have to rebuild the engine at some point. But for now, I'm hoping it'll get through this season, the summer, and maybe rebuild the engine next winter if it looks if it needs it. I think I'll change the oil fairly quickly and change the filter as well. I'm sure there's sludge that's working its way through from the oil tank and indeed the engine itself. So I'll do that. But otherwise, I think I'm good to go for now, fingers crossed. Okay, so thanks for watching.